Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. We may now be seated. Good morning and welcome to the official launch of the Lung Center of the Philippines and National Kidney and Transplant Institute's Lung Transplant Program.
To begin our program, may we call on the Executive Director of the Lung Center of the Philippines, Dr. Vincent Palanag, Jr., to give his welcome remarks.
His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., esteemed colleagues in healthcare, and honored guests. Today, as we gather at the Lung Center of the Philippines, we not only celebrate a rich history, but also embrace a future filled with promise and potential. 42 years ago, under the visionary leadership of President Ferdinand E. Marcos Sr. and the First Lady Imelda Romualdez Marcos, this institution embarked on a noble journey to serve the Filipino people. Today, we stand proud, continuing our dedicated service in the field of pulmonary and chest diseases, a testament to the foresight of our founders. Our path, however, has not been without challenges. The fire of 1998, which ravaged a significant part of our facility, was a pivotal moment in our history. The aftermath of this tragedy compelled us to suspend certain services, including our lung transplant program. This hiatus from 1998 to 2010 was a time of rebuilding and introspection. Although we were able to resurrect our operations, it was only to half of our original capacity. Today marks a significant milestone as we relaunch the LCP NKTI lung transplant program. This initiative, envisioned over 3 decades ago, is now ready to be a beacon of hope and healing. We are immensely grateful for the unwavering support from our leaders and the community, which has been instrumental in this revival. As we look forward, we recognize the need for continuous growth and improvement. The partial reconstruction of our facility after the fire has served us well, but to fully realize our potential and expand our capacity to serve more patients, further development is essential. We have a comprehensive plan in place in collaboration with the DPWH for the remaining portion of the LCP main building. While present this vision of LCP version 2.0 with optimism, it is with a subtle hope that this dream will materialize, enhancing our ability to provide world-class healthcare. In closing, I extend my deepest gratitude to each of you for joining us on this momentous occasion. The Lung Center Transplant Program, coinciding with the 42nd celebration of the Lung Center of the Philippines. Your presence here today is not only a celebration of our past achievements, but also a shared commitment to a healthier, brighter future for our nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Balanag. At this juncture, may we invite everyone to please focus your attention on screen for an audio-visual presentation on the lung transplant program. A round of applause.
For 12 years. And sobrang happy ko po dahil nagkaroon po ng lung transplant. Hello po, magandang araw po. Ako po si Marlene Kembao, 24 years old. Meron po akong interstitial lung disease for 12 years. And sobrang happy ko po dahil nagkaroon po ng lung transplant program sa lung center, and isa po ako sa candidate for lung transplant. Sana po soon is magkaroon na po ako ng donor dahil po sobrang happy ko po nung nalaman ko nga po na may lung transplant na po dito sa Pilipinas, dahil ang kala ko po is magiging life support na po yung oxygen ko. Yun lamang po, maraming salamat po sa mga tumutulong po lagi sa akin. God bless po!
Magandang araw po. Ako po si Santiago Bonay Jr. Ng person po ng lung transplant na program ng Lung Center of the Philippines. Kasunod kayo nag-aantay po ng donor na maaaring magbabawan ng aking buhay. Pwede po pasalamat sa programa ng center sa pagtulong sa aking mga medical needs. Patuloy na pagtulong sa mga taong may problema sa baga. Ako po natutuwa, nagagala mga ganitong programa sa Pilipinas. Sa bumubog po ng programa, maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. At sana ay marami pa kayo matulungan na sa gana namin. May mga problema sa baga. Maraming salamat po. God bless us all. Maraming salamat.
Isang mapagpalang araw po sa lahat ng bumubuo ng Lung Transplant Department. Ako po si Jose Corpus ay lubos na nagpapasalamat sa Diyos sa pagkakaroon ng programang lung transplant dito sa Pilipinas. Dahil po dito ay tuloy na akong gagaling sa aking karamdaman at madudugtungan ang aking buhay. Isa po ako sa lung transplant patient na kasalukuyang nag-aantay ng lung donor. At kami po ay lubos na nagagalak sa programa ng Lung Center of the Philippines na lahat po ng aking pangangailangan medikal ay kanilang ibinibigay, at nang may handa ako sa operasyong gagawin pagdating ng aking donor.
Kami po ay lubos na nagpapasalamat sa lahat ng bumubuo ng lung transplant dito sa Lung Center of the Philippines, at nawa po ay magpatuloy pa po ang inyong programang ito, at nang sa ganun po ay mas maraming tao pa po kayo matulungan na mapagaling, lalo na po yung mga taong may mga sakit sa baga. So mulit-muli po kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa lahat-lahat. Saludo po kami sa inyo. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po. God bless po.
And now, may we invite the Executive Director of the National Kidney and Transplant Institute, Dr. Rosemarie Rosetta Liquete, to give her message and introduce our guest of honor and keynote speaker.
His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., our distinguished guests, the Lung Center of the Philippines Community, headed by Executive Director Vincent Balanag, the NKTI family, with our Deputy Executive Directors here, and the team of the Human Organ Preservation Effort. Ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po. This day marks another milestone in the history of transplantation in the Philippines. After 4 decades, Lung Center of the Philippines and the National Kidney and Transplant Institute, both the brainchild of the President and the First Lady, Ferdinand Edralin Marcos Sr., now collaborate in multi-organ retrieval and transplantation. Today, we launched the lung transplantation program, giving hope to patients whom you have seen afflicted with end-stage lung disease. We have lagged behind other Asian countries in transplantation and research. After the fire that gutted our institutions in 1988, like the phoenix, we have risen from the ashes. Today, as partners, we shall push the frontiers of transplantation in the Philippines. We have trained surgeons and specialists in this field. Recently, we had actual multi-organ retrievals from deceased or brain-dead donors whose families consented, even when there were still no recipients at the start of the lung transplant program. They are our modern heroes who have contributed in the name of science to hone your surgical skills. Likewise, we have the cold cadavers who are our silent mentors in the workshops held with the Philippine Society for Transplant Surgeons, together with the Lung Center of the Philippines and the Philippine Heart Center. I am also tasked to introduce to you our guest of honor, some personal note. I am sure everybody knows him as the Unico Hijo, the second generation President Marcos. After President Marcos Sr., no other president has visited the Lung Center of the Philippines. So President Bongbong Marcos is the second president to visit your institution, after his father, of course. Today, January 23, is the exact day the Lung Center of the Philippines was inaugurated last January 23, 1982. So that is a coincidence as the OP selected this day for this landmark event. I have known the young Bongbong when he was a child, and I am sure he has no memory of this. I was in high school then when I would accompany my father to their San Juan residences and sometimes had breakfast with the Marcos couple. Your dad fondly called my father Manong. Your Lola was my father's teacher. And while waiting, we would play in the garden with now Senator Amy and Irene, and the boy kid, who is now in the service of the Filipino people, unaware that we would cross each other's path many decades later. My father was a staunch supporter of then President Marcos Sr. in Cotabato, and President Marcos signed the decree dividing Cotabato into North and South. Our guest speaker and I have one thing in common. We are both 50% Ilocano and 50% Leiteño. Your presence, ladies and gentlemen, in this momentous event is a manifestation of your unwavering support as advocates in the field of transplantation. We are honored that this legacy is being nurtured by the son of our former President Marcos Sr., and who else could serve with best interest this remarkable endeavor but the gentleman in front of you, who mirrors his father and mother's vision. Without further much ado, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to present to you the President of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr.
I did not know we were former playmates in someone. Dr. Maraming salamat, Dr. Please, here's Dr. Rosemary Rosette Liquete, who is not only the Executive Director of the NKTI
Institute, but apparently is a former playmate of mine in San Juan. I didn't know that, and you weren't telling me until you got up on the stage. But that is a remarkable coincidence, and how we have found ourselves here today, in the same place, doing the same things that my parents did, and furthering the services of our medical healthcare professionals. Dr. Vincent Balanag, the Executive Director of the Lung Center of the Philippines. Dr. Edmond Villaroman, Chairperson, LCP NKTI, Lung Transplant Program. Senator Sani Angara, who we owe very much to. He has done some very good work in supporting the establishment of this Lung Transplant Institute and Center. And Dr. Balanag already has many plans for the future. We will be coming to you again so that we can complete the rebuilding. I was a little sad to hear that the damage that was caused by the fire of '98 has not yet been completely rehabilitated, and I think that's the first thing that we have to look to. And it seems like it has been too long a delay to wait since 1998 to bring us back to the standards, or at least the capacity that we had in 1998 to now, which is already 2024. So we are playing catch up, but we will do all that we can. Congressman Gato Jr., of course, our host in the city of Quezon City, the Honorable Joy Belmonte, my fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today we celebrate the collaboration of two hospitals, which more than neighbors are partners in battling diseases that inflict pain on our people and on their pockets as well. They also share one significant trait, and that is courage, in full display when COVID-19 was on a rampage. The trenches, where frontliners in white coats made their defiant stand, run through these two hospitals. You saved many, many, many lives. If there is one postcard of grit which captured your stubborn resistance, it was that of the Lung Center personnel, fashioning PPEs out of garbage bags in the very beginning when we could not get enough of these PPEs, when the influx of patients overran all our supplies, as we were unprepared for such a plague that to befall our country. And when I saw that picture captioned with a call, "Laban lang," ito yata ang fighting slogan nyo, "Laban lang." I found myself catching my breath, what breath I could catch, because I was suffering from COVID myself and was still trying to recover. It was unfortunate because it's the first time in my life that I go to the doctor and I ask them what's happening to me, and the doctors would tell me, "We are not quite sure." And the next question, of course, is how do I get better? And the answer also is, well, we'll try everything, but we're not quite sure yet. Of course, we have grown. It has improved greatly since then. And that is something, then that is why the Lung Center, having been a long-time asthma and allergy sufferer, has been something that I can understand and sympathize with very, very closely. Nais namin ipaabot ang aming taus-pusong pasasalamat dahil sa inyong katapangan. Your gallant acts do not fade with time. Then gratitude has no expiry date either. In LCP and NKTI, these words ring true. Never was so much owed by so many to so few. While the pandemic is over, the diseases which prompted the establishment of the LCP still remain, and in increasing numbers. It is evident in the country's top 10 tally of morbidity or leading causes of sickness, wherein pulmonary-related ailments occupied numbers 1, 5, 7, and 9 in 2022. As to leading causes of death, pulmonary-related diseases took up the 6th, 7th, and 10th slot in the same year. These are more than numbers, because behind them is an immeasurable amount of people whose lives have been degraded, whose dreams have been shattered by disease that bankrupt a family as well as the patient. The partnership between LCP and NKTI can be a template in which hospitals pool their resources and share assets to boost patient care and improve bottom lines. The launch of the LCP and NKTI lung transplant program is an application of the proven maxim that two heads, two hospitals, are better than one. This creates the infrastructure for lung transplants in the country, with the first one to be done within 2024. I wish you Godspeed in this endeavor. I know you will succeed because you are torchbearers of the tradition of bold and brave initiatives upon which medicine has advanced and diseases have retreated. It is the same grand vision which prompted the establishment of the LCP and the NKTI and the Heart Center during an era when great things were not only dreamed of, but developed. Build Better More is of the same ethos, which should animate us today to march forward instead of just running in place. We should stop being content with the piecemeal or belittle big dreams as too ambitious, too difficult, but instead embrace the audacious if we want to leave a better world than we found it. We will begin by learning from the rich trove of lessons that the pandemic has left us. Through the Doctors to the Barrios program, we are training doctors because their development is critical to the realization of universal health care. Through the Regional Specialty Centers Act, we have established 131 functional specialty centers nationwide, 9 of which are designated as lung specialty centers to bring lung care closer to our people. By 2028, we aim to establish an additional 179 specialty centers, 7 of which are dedicated as lung care centers. Through an expanded nursing education program that CHED and DOH is implementing, we are addressing the current shortage of this essential health workforce while ensuring their future supply. All of these support what the LCP NKTI lung transplant program seeks to achieve: to provide competent, committed, and compassionate care to our people. So in closing, let us remember that healthcare is our covenant with the people, a public commitment driven by neither political agenda nor personal legacy projects. In this hospital where heroes walked and worked, may this program be a testament to our unwavering duty to serve the Filipinos. I cannot forget my father's advice to me, and he said the first service that government must provide to its people is healthcare. And because no matter how successful a society is, no matter how wealthy a person is, that wealth and that success they cannot enjoy if they're not enjoying a good health. Again, congratulations to the LCP and NKTI. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Maraming salamat sa inyong serbisyo. Maraming salamat sa inyong sakripisyo at ang patuloy ninyong trabaho para alagaan ang taong bayan ng Pilipinas. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, may we request the President to grant a photo opportunity. May we request the officials of the Lung Center of the Philippines to please come on stage. May we request the officials of the National Kidney Transplant Institute to please prepare. Thank you. Please exit to your left.
Next, may we invite on stage the officials of the National Kidney and Transplant Institute.
May we request the LCP and NKTI executive directors and deputy directors to please prepare.
Thank you. Please remain, NKTI officials.
May we ask the NKTI executive directors and deputy directors to join.
NKTI Executive Director, Deputy Directors, please stay. LCP Executive Director, Deputy Directors, please join. We request the 4 team members of the Lung Transplant Program to please prepare.
Thank you. Please exit to your right. Finally, may we invite on stage the core team members of the Lung Transplant Program.
Thank you, Mr. President. That concludes our program for today. We would like to express our utmost gratitude to the President for gracing the official launch of the Lung Center of the Philippines and the National Kidney and Transplant Institute's Lung Transplant Program.